Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of a super serious science show. We are going over different videos of UAPs, all types of different phenomena, and we're going to decide whether or not we think this is real or not. A lot of what gets us into this is because a lot of people are hoaxers, but then there's also some really cool videos out there. So that's kind of what we're trying to get to the bottom of. My name is Bree.
My name is KARI. I have other hats.
My name is Jaimie, and I am a PhD in pepper.
Nice.
How'd you get
Dr.
that?
Pepper.
I went to school for a really long time, the Academy of Peppers over in France.
Yeah.
And
Cool.
yeah. So our chat keeps talking about the UFO report. So we'll talk about it right off the bat. We'll start. It feels like a
Should we
great.
start with it? Okay. Well, that's the best way to do it. Everyone has been waiting to see it, right? So let's just everybody. Here it is. There we go.
Bada bam.
Bada bam. This is
Now,
Alright.
just so we get this out of the way, we are in a split decision of whether or not we care.
Yeah.
A lot
Yeah.
of people that know us know that we're not necessarily into anything government related because I'm sorry, maybe we have trust issues, but like 75 plus years down the road, I'm not going to trust you all of a sudden. But we do understand that it is, of course, a topical subject for ufology. And who knows? I mean, there could be some interesting things in here. I know we all looked over it already, but there was a few things I know that stood out to KARI. KARI, what would you say the number one thing that you found was sort of important?
The sunrise. So like, there was like 140 odd sightings up until like 2021, and then in the 8 months since the office was made, so July 2022 to now, there's been 366 events. What is
Okay.
the mechanism that they're looking? How are they getting that data? Is that like self-reporting by members of the military?
Right.
Okay, so but with that in mind, then we only have so many reports because we didn't necessarily have anywhere to report it to. So of course you're going to see an uptick in some type of reports coming into them to investigate because yes, they just open the door saying, hey, if anyone has these experiences, send them on our way and we'll look into them. So I think that it's less fantastical than you think about it being a bigger number. Of course it's a bigger number because they are actively asking people to say, hey, bring us more information so we can look at it.
I'm not amazed by it being a bigger number. I'm wondering, like, is that the mechanism working that they're legislating now with the kind of whistleblower kind of verbiage protecting people from if they want to like talk about stuff?
I think it was it in 2021 that they officially came out with that like report that people in the military can officially like send in. So I'm wondering if that maybe has something to do with it, where they finally officially had that form and they were like, all right, here it is. If you had something you want to talk about, here's the form that you send to us.
I feel like maybe it was 2020 because I remember
Was it
there was a lot
2020?
of stuff happening. Yeah. And you know what? I don't even
2020s.
think that we all know that there's so many more sightings than that, documented sightings. So I think that they just started from a particular point. If you read the very first section, it looks like maybe it's just since March 2021, I think, is when the additional sightings.
144 during the first 17. Well, during the 17 years that they had.
Okay,
a
17 years.
for collecting that
They're
data.
already dumbing down the numbers here, but KARI, we talked about this just a little bit, and you were telling me that, they do have to protect those numbers because obviously there's always going to be some type of cover up. Even
Right,
if they are going to show you the truth,
unclassified.
they don't show you the whole hand. It's going to be like half
Right.
the hand, a little peeksies.
So this
Just
is
to keep everybody
this
happy.
This is just kind of showing that they have like the mechanisms working more than anything else for for people reporting events. Like you have to, most sensitive events will be classified, so we will never find out about them. So like getting excited about an unclassified report just seems kind of silly. But
Yes.
I'm more interested in seeing the mechanism at work for people to be reporting these events, because it's at least creating a kind of culture towards it, where it's you see something weird, you can just report it, and it might help, it might not. But it's instead of just burying it in stigma in the culture. I think it's good. It's
so
good.
that is a step forward. How about that? For the culture itself, it is a step forward. But I think that Jaimie and I have always felt that just because the government admits something doesn't really change anything. Just because they're like, yes, you guys, yes, it's still not really changing anything.
And much like in fashion of the government, Bree, this whole entire report, at the end of it basically what sums it up is, we don't have anything to tell you. This is what we've done, but we have no new leads that we can express to you, which was the exact same thing that they had in the other report. It was, this is what we looked into. These are the ones we debunked. These are the ones we don't know. And they didn't give us any more information pretty much outside of that. So I'm sure that there was more information in the report about the mysterious ones that aren't let out to the public per se,
Right.
But that's what we mean when we're talking about like these government reports. You're never seeing the whole truth of it. You never know the real numbers, and you're getting a watered down version of what everyone else in Congress is being informed on. And so I just don't understand why people are so excited, or they look forward to it dropping, or why everyone was like waiting for it to happen. Because it's like, what did you expect it was going to say?
Right. There's no excitement here other than it just showing it's just a slight step forward. It's nothing exciting. It's just, but all of that hype for this.
I know.
Like,
there is a
this
section
is why I
if
wasn't
you go
hyped.
down.
I bet everybody wants us to talk about it, right?
I don't remember what page it's on, but there is a section where it kind of breaks down 3 of the things that they saw, and it was like so many cases that were identified as balloons, so many that were unmanned vehicles, and there was one other one. If you could find that, Kari.
Sorry.
If you can find it on the document you're looking at, there's like a section where it breaks down the 3 things that they did find, and it was like so many were balloons, so many were
drones.
Right here.
26 categorized as unmanned aircraft systems or drones. 163 categorized as balloon or balloon-like. And what's a balloon-like entity?
I don't even know what that means.
And 6 attributed to clutter.
Mm-hmm.
So I think everyone knows.
Clutter, they mean like trash?
Yeah.
Like, what do they mean by clutter? What is
space
clutter?
Junk.
Like something space junk. Like, that's the only thing I can think of. Skyfish.
Yeah. Or Chinese lanterns. Maybe that's balloon-like. Could be like Chinese lanterns.
Maybe. Chinese lanterns would be more like the balloon-like things, not like clutter.
That's what I'm thinking. Maybe balloon-like, and the clutter is probably just space junk, which makes sense since it's such a small number.
Again, why can't they just use more dumbed-down words? Just tell us what the fuck you mean. Jesus Christ. Like clutter, and then we have to speculate what clutter means or what balloon-like objects mean.
It was, in fact, a bird.
Yeah, like just say it was a goddamn bird.
Yeah.
So apart, too easy for people.
Apart from this, can we also talk about some of the more controversial angles of this? 2 things. 1, other people knowing about it before it was released.
Yeah, that's a little bit weird. There was certain people pushing that idea out yesterday that today was going to be a very special day.
Yeah, it was so interesting how many people like tweeting that, like, "Oh, I hear tomorrow's going to be interesting." It's like, why are people so fucking clickbaity?
But that's not the point. The point was that they knew before.
Yeah, like
there's a group
having
of
that
people
access,
in a particular camp that all had this information before the public.
Is that a shock to anyone? I feel like that's pretty.
No, it's just
but it reminds
there now. It's
because that's a part of their allegiance that they've signed up for. Right. In exchange for their souls, they get information, and knowing a day early about a UFO report that doesn't say anything is their special privilege.
Right.
Yes, but that was interesting.
And then still, they play the game, and it's weird.
It's definitely a thing.
It's a big game, exactly.
If you do the bidding of some people, maybe, or you're in their back pocket, then you get a little bit of information. That's interesting that that's already creating its own little sector
Could you
in
imagine
the
if we sold
community.
our soul just so we could know 24 hours in advance about a UFO report?
Be like, I'm good. I'll wait.
I'm sorry, at least
and
give me something more than that. Some money, millions of dollars. Like, come on.
another thing that Kari had brought up to me were about some documents.
Okay, so there was a big hullabaloo today. Apparently, Biden had some
Oh, yeah.
Obama-Biden classified documents in his garage. And I tinfoil hat speculated, oh, that's a really good distraction for the conspiracy theorists to release the UOP report
Oh, yeah.
right then and there, you know.
Oh,
But that's just tinfoil, right? It doesn't mean
It's
anything.
funny you said that, and I was like, it is tinfoil, but it also could make sense. And then I saw that on another comment on someone else said that.
And y'all wonder where the Kardashians learned this from? Years of watching the US government do it.
So I think that's about it. I don't really
Okay.
think there's anything more to go into.
Yeah, there's
with it.
really nothing about the UFO report outside of that. I was like, Brie
Let's,
messaged me and she's like, let's go over it. And I was like, okay.
Look how much blank space.
There's so much to go
put, like
over.
a nice picture of like a hand-drawn UFO or
because
something.
there's it's invisible ink and we're not allowed to see it. I couldn't agree with you more, Simon.
Yes.
If you have a very
Simon.
low expectation about the UFO topic, you'll never be disappointed. Also apply that to life.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just keep your expectations low and then every day is a surprise. It's a mystery.
Everything's wonderful. You're like, okay.
So that's the report that everybody wanted. It's here.
There you go.
We did it.
Bam.
Let's move on with
Be
that.
happy now.
Yeah.
Be happy now.
Let's
So now let's get into the good stuff.
She's up all night to get some. She's up all night to get lucky.
So that will never die, even in 2023. It's still haunting me.
Yeah.
Let's get into it. All the fun stuff that we're here for.
Yeah, not the boring stuff.
You know what, you guys? We have been wanting to get back to the show for so long, and we had been collecting so many videos that
some of them aren't even relevant anymore.
Yeah, there was an archive. I deleted so many videos going over them today because I just realized like there's no point anymore. It's irrelevant. But I still have a lot to go through. So let's start at the top.
I agree.
Here we go. Now this is what you call clutter. Maybe? Oh my god, that was so fast.
That was it. Kari? Looks like a helicopter.
You think so? Except right here, there's no wings.
Could be just a frame rate. Oh, maybe a drone, yeah.
Could definitely be a drone.
That's right.
I mean, is this like a TikTok of a TikTok of a TikTok? Because the resolution is like potato.
No, you know what? The user had an Android.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah. Miss Tony's phone. I'm gonna have to give that one a UFO no because it is too short and I don't see anything.
I don't either. But we're also sprinkling a little bit of real science in here because it's a science show. And Enzo just talked about some light pillars. Now I don't have that particular one, but we did come across some of them. That's right. And some people really think that that's something like spectacular. And we know that there's some type of scientific explanation for it.
All right, let's see it. Hey, Cassie.
Okay, well, I can't find it. I'm sorry.
Clicky, clacky, clicky, clacky.
But this is another one that Kari needs to get to. So I'll find it while we look at this. So let's pause it. Horizon behind the moon equals plane above the moon. To view anything eye level, you must be above it. So this is a little bit of a flat earthy post here. But we've been seeing more and more people being really confused about weather and the size of the moon or the sun, or the moon and the sun being out.
I was
at the
like, do
same
people not
time.
understand that the moon like moves? It moves.
So, but I think what the thing is, like, okay, so like right here, you see the entire moon, and it looks like they're above it. So, Kari, what's the explanation for this?
That's the explanation for this.
Yeah.
Okay. So, above the curvature. I'm sorry, I have fucking
Eyeballs are weird and your brain is mysterious. Nothing you see is real.
Also,
Basically, that's what that's explaining.
I
Correct,
also
Kari?
Yeah.
Okay.
It could also just be like obviously an illusion due to distance. I mean, sometimes things look
Yes,
really
that's
small
part
from a
of it.
distance, and they're just
That's
huge.
part of it.
Yeah. It could be. It could be some kind of atmospheric, like, you know how like mirages work.
Shrinks
Right.
it or something.
But
Right.
It's likely just literally just the angle of relation of the plane and the moon with the surface of the Earth. That's,
I love that Commander Keen remembers the one time that Kari couldn't identify lightning and I did, and that was glorious. Thank you for bringing that up. That was
that did not happen.
fantastic.
I don't know
Yes,
what
it
you're
did.
talking about.
And you even apologized for it on Twitter.
I did.
Oh my
Because I own
god.
up to my mistakes because I'm an adult.
But
Brassel says that this is obvious proof that the Earth is flat.
Brassel, I'm thinking of you every single time I see these videos. I'm like, we need this for Brassel, just in case if he happens to show up. He must see that there are scientific reasonings. It's not necessarily.
I agree,
Earth.
Dirty. When the
No.
sun is on the horizon and you're looking from the ground and you're at the same are you at the same level as the sun? That's what I'm saying. It moves. Things move. Things move. Things in space move. Did everyone know? Oh my god!
At the
Because
moment
this is
it's halfway, I guess.
listen. This is the super serious science show, so I do want to bring this up. I hope that everyone understands that we're like not just like spinning in space. We're actually free falling through space. Like we're not just like nicely sitting in a little corner of space, like rotating. We're literally rotating and like hurling through space at the same time. Just so everyone knows.
There's the galaxy rotation, and
I'm
then
just
there's the
saying.
expansion of the universe. So
Exactly.
Right. But
We're
I
just in
think a
constant
lot of
free
people
fall.
don't think about that.
No, they think that
It's
we're just
more
like
oh, we're
set
just chilling here.
and just rotating in space, and it's like no, we're actually a part
We're
of a
just
galaxy
chilling.
that's like violently rotating through the universe.
Violently.
Violently, yeah,
It's
violently.
super violent.
Yeah, because you have to remember, in the middle of our solar system, our galaxy is a black hole. So, and it is violent. Yes.
And it's chaotic as
Mhm.
hail.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Chaos God.
On to the next thing.
Oh, Chad's here. Hi,
next?
Chad. Free
Hello,
fall.
Chad.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Chess?
Those are like 6 dots floating in the fucking sky right there, bro. I have no idea.
I'm going to watch this through and then rewind and pause so that you can actually
What
see.
the fuck?
I mean, it looks huge. Look at that. You'd think it was
Bro,
like a
look
sun.
how
Moon.
bright
Is that
that
the
is.
sun?
It's like a fucking sign. I don't know what those are. There was 6 of them. Now there's like 4 of them. Or 5. Bro.
Bro. Okay,
What
look
are
at that. That
those,
was a good
dude?
one right
Is
there.
this your UFO? UFO experience right here, bro?
Hold on, I'm going to try to.
What are those?
What are those?
What are those?
What are those?
That's
It's hard to
Oh,
frame it
Batman.
here, but I mean, you can see that there's multiple light
Okay, so
sources.
yeah, at close up like this, I was convinced it was like a brake light or like the back of somebody's car or something. But then when it zooms out, I'm like, what do we got going on here? This isn't. It
Right.
piques my interest. I'm not discounting it. At the beginning of it, I was like, And then
So
what are
the
these
only
lights
reason-
underneath it? Is it like a train going by?
That's houses and shit.
Those are houses.
Like-
So I totally would have thought flares,
Or what about maybe like
Except-
stadium lights?
except the fact that it's so low. Like, look at that.
Right.
It's
if it's
one
just, like-
cluster.
What if it's like stadium lights? You know what I mean? Like a like a big square that has all the lights inside of it, and it's just maybe on the other side of that area is a quarry or something that we don't know about, and it's lighting up that area, and that's why it looks like it's not moving with the person moving with the car.
It looks like it could, like they're either driving down here because there's population, it's probably like here looking over here, or it's here looking up.
You would be able to see a stadium, right, in the area, or
Right.
like know
No,
if
no, no.
there's
So
a stadium?
It's definitely in the
here's the
sky. When
thing.
it zooms out, it's in the sky.
When-
It's
when I
obviously
say-
trying to light up an area, right?
When I say stadium lights, it doesn't have to be in a stadium, bro. You can rent a single stadium.
Oh no,
light
I know
from,
what you're
like,
saying. Yeah.
So like I'm thinking like it's one individual, because for me the reason it might be so low like that, like right over the peak of that little mountain thing, is because maybe it's on the back side of that mountain pointing down at something. Like maybe they're growing a bunch of marijuana back there and they were chopping it down at night. You know what I mean?
And they just wanted to put a spotlight on themselves for the
Well, yeah,
popo.
maybe they didn't think other people were going to see it. I'm just saying. To me, I'm getting a very light vibe off of it for myself.
I'm getting a bunch of flares
Oh
shot
my
up.
god.
Like that's the vibe I'm getting.
Yeah, kind of like a scoreboardy thing. Yeah. You ever seen those like at the fair, and then it gets night, they rent individual ones that have like little solar panels on them and they're just like, and they're blowing light. That's what that looks like to me. That's why I would think it would be a low like that on the horizon.
Well, it looks like,
and like I said, it looks like it's not
slowly coming down.
And it looks like it's not necessarily moving. It looks like they're moving in the car driving, but it doesn't look like the light is necessarily moving.
I mean, why would there only be one big thing of light? In a stadium, there would be like 4.
But you're saying you're stuck on the stadium thing. I'm not saying there's a stadium back there.
Okay.
I'm saying that there.
What kind of fixed object could be doing that?
That's what it's called, a stadium light. That's what they're called.
Okay.
They're called a stadium light. It's a light. It's a big rectangle like this with like a pole coming down it and a bunch of lights inside of it. And you can rent them individually, a bunch of them. Literally, Danielle has one at her house she uses when she goes horseback riding at night, and she lights it. So that's why I'm like, to me, this is just somebody with a light and they're doing something over on the other ridge of that mountain. It looks like, especially with the close up, that's how a stadium light kind of looks, just like that.
Okay. I mean, it's pretty far away. It looks like it's far away.
I agree.
And it looks huge from afar. I don't know. I'm leaning. I want to middle bitch this one because I could see either. I don't know. I'm trying to think of if a stadium light could really be that large from afar.
Why would there only be one, too?
It looked like,
because like I said, Danielle has one at her house where she literally only has one, and she lights it up so that she can go horseback riding at night. So if you weren't from that area and you saw her weird light in the sky because it's up above her horse shit, looking, pointing this way,
I mean,
you would have no idea
how
what that
wide
was.
of an area does it
illuminate? Hers? Yeah. I mean, it's an entire horse arena, like a literal horse arena.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's not like, I'm not talking about like a street lamp. I'm trying to find you a better picture.
I mean, I feel bad for the people that live near it.
Oh, hopefully no one. I mean, no. And like, you call the city for that.
When it zooms in, it looks like there's a smoke trail above them, though.
Okay, Kari, I'm going to give you a little bit of a visual here so you guys can understand more what we're talking about. So this one isn't fully extended. It's not all the way up, but you can get an idea. And these can go up 60 feet. So see what I'm saying?
Okay.
You see what I mean by when I'm looking at it, how like the lights are lining up, why I'm thinking a light like that? Because you could have something like this where you don't have power out in the middle of nowhere. Right? Yep, exactly. Yeah. And these come in different versions and things like that. But like this is just one that you could buy or whatever. But like, yeah, like I said, my cousin literally has one so that she can go horseback riding. So who knows what they're using it for? I'm not saying that there's a fucking stadium back there or some shit like that, but it's absolutely possible that someone just has one of those on their property and they're doing God knows what in the middle of the night.
And now someone thinks that they're a UFO experiencer.
Exactly.
Okay, so like I don't know. I still, to me, it still looks like it's moving.
To me, it looks like it's
because down, the car is also moving.
That light tower thing is like also a good explanation.
Yeah, I'm just a little devil's advocate, just something what I see in real life all the time that just looks familiar to me in a sense of like, I know people who live out in the country and have that kind of shit on their property.
Here we go.
The
Mostly
the
space
car could
found
be
in the
coming.
middle. It could be.
Oh, it could be a UFO that's shaped like a stadium light for sure.
I'm
be.
into it. Okay, yeah. So I'm still gonna middle bitch this one. I really wouldn't feel comfortable saying anything.
I'm gonna say UFO no because I do think it's a light.
Ooh.
What about you, Car?
Wah, 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 wah.
I'm gonna go no. It looks like
Yikes.
man-made stuffs.
All alone again.
I'm alone
That's all right.
again.
That's what we're here to do. We're here to look at these. And I had this idea with Kari that like I think we had this idea before that we should start cropping these down and stitching them on TikTok so that the people, their video will obviously be reposted, but we'll stitch it with with our explanation. Because a lot
TikTok
of these
is bad.
You're bad.
TikTok.
I am.
Yeah. Okay. This is interesting.
You guys can follow me on TikTok. That's where you guys can follow me.
Yeah, follow Jaimie. She has a great page.
Well, thank you, Brie. That actually means a lot because you never compliment me.
So the ball rolls totally on its own. Look at that.
So yeah, it's called Uneven Floors.
Not that bad.
Now that's scary. The kickback. But I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I see a string pulling the ball, a string pulling his headphones off, and then someone kicking the ball back.
Okay, here's the thing. If there's a string attached to the ball rolls, right?
If you have like just a little, if you have just a little fishing wire, you just nudge it a little bit, you wouldn't even notice it.
No.
Hold up. There's 30 people here. There are. There's a lot of new. There's a lot of new names in the chat, so why don't we just take a second, call out all the new people. Hey, new people. What's up? What's up? What's good?
Start from the top.
I think that there was like either some sort of a string or something, or someone moved the ball and then it rolled, and then there was like a string on the headphones that pulled off the headphones, and then someone kicked the ball back because you could see the ball is being like kicked back. And also, if you have just like a little piece of tape with like some like fishing wire and you pull it, it would be enough to move the ball and pull the string off so it doesn't get wrapped in.
From the corner that it was in all the way across?
Yeah.
And then...
Hey Twitch, we love you guys too.
I forget that Twitch is there. Hi, Twitch.
Hey, Lou.
Hey, Lou.
Make sure to
hit
the
that would be
button.
so difficult, you guys.
I don't know how Twitch works, but we're on it, and we appreciate you watching. Logical Robot.
I rarely use it.
You guys, you would have to tie a rope onto your headphones to pull them off your head.
No.
And I don't know. These are heavy.
I literally was about to pull my wig off, but I'll wait till the end.
Okay, for a second, I will say hi to everybody. We got Hectic, Stargazer, Cindy, Logical Robot watching us from Twitch. Welcome, Twitch.
Thin Lizzie Borden.
Miss you, Bree. We have Lou, of course. Anonymous Rex in the house. Oh, my goodness.
Snuffleupagus. Snuffleupagus.
Hides in long grass. Speaking of which, hides in long grass. I mentioned you on Bobby's.
He already commented. He was driving and watching it while it happened, so he couldn't say anything. But he was watching. He was driving. He was hands free.
We have Brasselhoff. Hello.
Oh, and while Bree's reading those, no, that's Simon. We did go over the UFO report, and it's nothing exciting for anyone who's missed it in the beginning.
David Martin.
What?
Hello?
I forgot already.
Mostly space.
Mostly
like
space. Dad, Wally. I love you, Walt.
And Campbell. I don't know how to say that last name. Moria. Enzo. Bish. What's up, Commander Keen? Bob Marley.
David
Haven't seen you
Martin.
here in a long time.
I know. Hey, Bob Marley.
Lord Ludacris. Ginger Turtle. I love that name. That's an awesome name.
The Earth I saw earlier too, but they already left.
That is a keeper. Wally was here earlier too.
Hey, Iris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you know what? I'm going to have to middle bitch that one too, because I think it would be much more difficult than you guys think it would be.
I don't know.
I have something to share.
Okay, hit me.
Sure.
So, I found this story.
Algore. Hey,
darling.
So, this this lady's boyfriend was taking photos of an active volcano in Mexico, and the moon was rising over it.
Ooh, okay.
And they got a pretty good image of something unidentified in the smoke above the volcano. And
I'm
it's like
so fascinated by this.
A high-res DSLR shot.
There's always UFOs in volcanoes. Ooh, look at that moon pic.
It's interesting.
Jaimie.
I'm not saying it's a UFO, but I don't know what that is.
Jaimie's
Are you
been
talking
such
about
a
the little?
knower lately.
I was like, I'm sorry. Okay, so I've
just
Yes.
with everything.
I've embraced my inner Kari.
Okay.
And I'm just ruffling feathers. Are we talking about the dot, the thing up top at the top of the little peak up there?
Yeah, the black
Okay.
oval.
All I'm going to say is that volcanoes throw things out of it. Lava, chunks of rock. It just happens. So who's not to say that they just captured mid volcano taking a little, like a little poop, like a little nugget poop, like a little bloop, ooh, gotta relieve myself.
It's a volcanic turd, okay?
I'm just saying, yeah.
No, that's not. And the way
Or
that
just-
it's coming up is like this.
That looks like it has some structure to it.
I
So,
don't know.
you know,
Volcanoes poop just like humans.
Kari, do you have the whole like a video, or is this just a screenshot?
it was just a
Pictures.
high-res DSLR that was uploaded and then parroted out to various news
Jaimie
articles. I
West.
managed to track down
Oh my
the
God, no.
high-res.
I can't love
high-res
Kanye
image.
anymore. As a Jewish woman, I'm not allowed to like Kanye anymore. I'm sorry, but I used to deeply love him, but I can't anymore.
He's talking about Mick West, but sorry, Kari,
Oh.
for interrupting you. And Jaimie, we need to
Kanye.
mute Jaimie.
I was like, no.
What was I saying?
I'm sorry, we absolutely interrupted you.
Yeah, I
Um,
apologize.
You're talking about the high
I don't
resolution
accept
photo.
your apology. I was just saying how
You
I
really
tracked down
shouldn't.
the high-res photo.
Can I derail the show for 2 seconds?
I mean,
is that okay?
What are we here to do?
Why not? Why
Yeah,
not?
what are we here to do?
And it'll just take a second, you guys. You probably already saw this. Okay, so I'm just gonna like beep. I showed Kari. Kari died.
Oh. Is it a meme?
Now I'm thinking, what was it?
Yeah, what was it?
We're just gonna show this in a
Oh,
second, and then just
it's
say, "Wow, this is
Tony!
awesome."
That was the
Hey, Tony.
surprise.
Oh my God! Welcome, Tony.
Okay.
Oh my God, you
Really
look so
quick
professional.
derailer, and then I'm turning it
do.
off because I don't want to talk about it anymore. But I just have to. I have to.
Okay. We don't know what we're watching, Tony.
New alleged new Yeezy merch to drop.
Oh my God, I saw this and I died laughing. Yeah. No.
I wasn't laughing.
And then there
I
was a bunch of
just
people who were hating. They were like,
angry.
"What self-respecting model would actually go and like model this?" Because now there's just pictures of you wearing swastikas.
Honestly, the person with his head like backwards, he's the smartest one. But still, you couldn't pay me enough to do that. It's disgusting. I hope it's absolutely fake. We're in a really weird time right now, you guys. We
That's
really need
just
to like
fucked up.
put a
What timeline
halt.
are we in, man? Like, Jesus.
put a
It
halt on it,
sucks.
will ya?
We're in the worst
Sucks.
timeline ever.
No, it's real.
I hate it
It's
here.
real. You did a
So,
copyright
Tony-
for it.
Yeah.
Tony, you've been at work. Did you hear what happened today?
I heard a lot of things. Which one are you referring to?
The UFO report.
Yeah, I read that.
You're
What were
you're
your
over there
thoughts?
giggling about Joe Biden. We're not talking about that. We already went over that.
Yeah.
Wrong report.
What
Wrong report.
what did you think about the UFO report?
There was a couple things that I saw actually in I think it was at the end of the report where it was kind of explaining terms and stuff, and where the way they explain transmedium devices or transmedium craft is a craft that goes from either water to air or space to
that's
atmosphere, which I thought the fact that is their actual definition for it, that it could go from space to atmosphere, is kind of a big deal. It's a lot more interesting than most everything else that was in there.
Cool.
Yes, swastikas did originate in India,
But
but there's
then
a
they
big
were
difference
turned.
between. Yeah, it was a big difference.
The context that it's being used is just horrific.
Yes.
When I was in Korea, I was in South Korea, I was in Pohang, there's swastikas everywhere. but they're the Hindu swastikas, and they are very much different the way that they look.
Very much. I want to say
You're right.
very
Beige.
specifically, like they're very big for the Diwali, and I'm probably saying this wrong, so I apologize to anyone who's Indian out there, but the Diwali festival that they have every year, that's like really where you see it the most prominent is during that festival.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kanye's definitely not referencing the Hindu.
No, absolutely not.
No way, shape, or
And
form.
neither is that blonde girl when she talks about the swastika.
Oh, the one
no.
who banned me or blocked me?
Yeah. She's like, well, the swastika means peace. And we're like, girl,
Like, come on.
that's not what you're referencing.
Tony did
you
use
slept
What
with
is
an
it with this
Indian.
topic?
post a picture of her, and it was rather racy.
It was her own picture.
And I said it's for her Only Nazis account.
And you know what? She would make so much money because there are so many Nazis out there.
It's disgusting. Please,
It's
everyone,
unfortunately
do
true.
anything in your power to. I told Kari this. It's because we stop talking about something. We stop learning things.
Yeah.
When we forget history, that's when it repeats itself. And
Yep.
there's so many people out there that just don't remember that there were 8 million people that were horribly executed just for their faith, or even just being, like if they help them out or anything like that. And it's when you don't know the full history, you really don't understand how disgusting it is.
Yep.
My grandfather had to dress up like a girl in Poland for like 6 years just to make it through and then get back to the States during the time because he was a boy.
Right.
So he literally pretended to be a girl in Poland as a young boy while his family left. It's just it's very deep and sad history. And so if anyone doesn't know, maybe just go watch it and then you'll cry, but do it.
Yeah, my great grandma was the one who brought the family here because of that. And they came into San Francisco. They came from Russia.
Russia.
Yeah, my aunt is from Ukraine, and she moved here because there was a lot of hate towards Jews back in the day. So I think unless you maybe have a family member, or unless whatever school you were in really went into that, and even then, there's only so much that they can show you.
Yep.
You don't really know how horrible and disgusting it was. And I just don't think humanity is meant to even be that, is meant to carry out those types of, orders and things. Just kind of like with military and things. Sometimes I think we could all agree it's like humanity. I don't think we're built to be able to handle all of that. It's really disgusting.
Well, modern humanity, no. But that also depends on the country, because there's still a lot of organizations and groups that do a lot of really terrifying and horrible stuff. Al-Qaeda and the Taliban and ISIS. If people knew exactly what they do, like, so right now in Afghanistan, if a girl is over the age of 8 or something like that, they cannot receive any more education.
Yeah, they can't go to school anymore. Yep. They also can't have driver's license. Yep.
And the punishment is
Death.
extremely harsh. Yes, it's death.
It's death.
Oh, stinky.
Yeah.
So,
And that's still going on today. So, I mean, we have advanced a lot further than we were like 2,000 years ago, but we still have those pockets of culture and civilization where they still do those things. And
where it's based in oppression and controlling, and that's how they run that area. And as much as people hate on other parts of the world or what country you come from or whatever, be grateful that you're not living in a current country where, like, if you are a woman or you had a daughter, they weren't allowed to get an education.
I just want to take 2 seconds to say, Sarah,
Hey, Hot Jeff.
my flock, I hope that you feel better. She said that she still doesn't feel good. I hope that you're doing well and you get healthy again. It's nice to see you, even if you're not feeling well. Thank you for being
Love
here.
you.
Okay, let's get back to our show.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that was a little bit of a downer, but it's important, you guys. It is important. Sometimes
And we only lost like one person, so we thank you guys for staying through that.
Thanks for sticking around.
It was
we never UFO decided this, so
this.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna get us back on track.
Yeah, get us back on track, please.
So, Tony, this is a DSLR shot of a volcano. with an anomalous object in the frame.
They were
Okay.
just cracking.
What do you think?
Mick West would say that is a
You're not Mick West. What do
horizontal
you say?
floating penguin. I think it's
Thank you, love.
it's definitely unidentified. It's not a plane. I can tell you it's not a plane.
I'm gonna stick with I'm convinced it's a volcano farting.
And it just doesn't make sense, though. The shape of it wouldn't be like.
How do you know? Do you watch a lot of volcanoes fart?
If it is a smoke ring,
Or a smoke ring? Yeah.
It would do that. That would be the side profile of a smoke ring. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna give Jamie
Huge ass hot bird. Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor bird.
It's a crystal skull.
Can I just say, you guys, I did watch
behind the
that
smoke
Netflix documentary about the people that went to, I think they're in New Zealand.
The ones
And
that died.
I've heard about that. I've heard it's
There were
pretty
some
intense.
survivors.
Yeah.
I did watch that one, and it just reminded me of how there are so many locations where you can visit as a tourist. You can visit a volcano, and we're all under the impression that it's safe, but it's absolutely not. I think that's up to each individual to decide if you want to do that. But it's definitely no one else's fault. So even if they say like this is an active volcano, but it hasn't exploded and you're fine, you have no idea.
It's the same thing like an earthquake. Like they have things that can kind of sort of tell you if an earthquake is coming or not. They genuinely have no idea until it's literally happening. And this is another one of those things where it's like, oh, well, we haven't had an earthquake here in, since the 80s, and then bam, earthquake. It's the same thing with volcanoes.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm going to absolutely agree.
Bree,
I agree with Jeff, yeah.
Bree, in America, you can visit one of the largest volcanoes on Earth pretty much any day of the week.
Mount Shasta?
Yellowstone.
No, Yellowstone
and
too.
Yellowstone is like every time it heats up, people are like, "Oh, shit.
Freaking out."
If Yellowstone goes, we all go.
It's overdue for an eruption, and it is one of the largest supervolcanoes that's known currently.
Right. But I just hope at the end of the day, people watch that documentary and get the gist that like you are visiting a natural area that does hold high danger, no matter if it's happening frequently or less often.
This is an interesting point from Anonymous Rex. Does the shadow on the volcano tell us anything that might be the outside the frame of the camera? Yeah, what is up with like the shadowed area?
A cloud. I think
they're called clouds.
That would be a cloud above it, right? So there's the cloud layer is above the volcano. The smoke here coming out is coming out of the volcano. It's not clouds, but the object looks like it's behind the smoke coming out.
Oh gosh, let me get it. Let me get it. And I only say that because
it could be lightning, King.
Survivors.
It could be lightning.
I love the survivors. I'm so glad that they made it, but they were making it very clear that they are looking to blame someone. They're saying if they knew that it was dangerous, they would have never gone. And I'm thinking that is such an American thing to say.
Such an American thing.
It's a volcano.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh.
Do you need to say anything else?
Here we go.
No, I already saw. It could be lightning. It totally could be. It also could be your mum.
Because your mum's a horror.
I didn't say that.
That's what they said on Lou's show. Instead of saying horror, they said horror. And I'm going to use that from now on. KARI, you're a horror.
Like a
Humans
horror
in Nature
movie.
Like a horror movie, yes. Yes.
I'm a horror.
A horror.
HORROR.
Yeah.
So I'm going to fact this one because I just think the shape, and I also think that it's outside of the volcano. I mean, that could obviously be an illusion, but I think the shape wouldn't make sense for it to pop up. And it is pretty good resolution.
It is. That's why I was like, that has to be.
Oh shit!
I was like, it doesn't have great resolution. Tony's camera.
I know, right?
Yo, mama.
That's why I spent some time and tracked down the high res DSLR shot on a Mexican lady's Facebook page.
I'm looking at Tony like I got an astigmatism or something.
Everybody is right now. What is going on? What?
The government.
what do you-
Careful with the triangle, man. People are going
Yeah.
Oh,
Careful.
yeah, Illuminati.
being initiating.
I told you, Tony.
We'd have more followers.
Look at this.
And we would have known about the UFO report.
Life is a journey. Kari,
Life is a
what's
journey.
your? I gave my opinion. Kari.
I'm gonna go with UFO. Yes, this image immediately struck me as being anomalous, and
All right, we
it's
got 2
interesting.
yeses.
More people
Can I
should
get
be
a
talking about
third?
it.
Can
I haven't seen anybody talk about this at all.
It's clearly because of the aperture of the camera is in the shape of a bat turd on a horizontal axis, and that is why it looks like that. I
Can
have
we
a
just
bat.
like take a second and admire how nice the shot is? Because
It's a great picture.
It is.
Great picture.
It really is. I mean, you got the moon coming up. What mountain is this? What volcano is this?
Popocatépetl.
Where is that?
Popocatépetl, Mexico.
Oh, okay. This is the one that just started flaming up
This
again.
this isn't like the last 5 days.
Gotcha.
We got 4 thumbs up. I see over here. Tony, was that a middle? Was that a no?
I'm gonna middle it. I mean, it could be anything. Could be the
Awesome.
planet Venus, swamp gas.
Oh my god!
You are feeling very sleepy.
And then Jamie, I'm assuming, just says no. Jamie's on her
No.
west. Jamie's on her west shit right now.
No, no, I
Wilcox
say no.
disapproves.
Yeah.
I have to be very careful. The blockter, Gary P. Nolan, liked a sarcastic tweet that I made calling him the blockter and commented on it. And so people are starting to follow me because they're seeing that he liked that. And I was like, oh God, you guys should look at the tweets I make before you follow me.
I love that, Nathan.
You
I
are
love
like
that.
a prolific shit
You know what?
poster.
The other
Yes.
day, I heard somebody say that jukeboxes are portals, and I was like,
Me too. I heard that
"Ooh."
too. Some lady, but she's a little.
Jukeboxes are portal.
She was, and she was like, jukeboxes are portals, and I was like, whoa, that kind of makes sense, though.
Portals
That's
to
that's
another
That's a
time.
thought that I'm going to think about later.
I know,
Okay,
right?
let's move
Sorry.
on,
Yeah, let's move on.
Okay,
please.
so
What
what have you got?
Do
We
y'all
spent
hear
a little
that?
while on that
Do
one.
y'all hear that bird?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay,
Is
go
that an
ahead.
actual bird?
No, it's a drone. Birds aren't
Oh,
real.
birds aren't
but
real.
Right.
Yeah,
Yes, there's
I
a
was gonna say.
drone outside my window. Yes.
Okay, speaking of portals, which could also be time travel.
Picture of a guy with a cell phone back in World War II Iceland is going all over Facebook. iPhone experts, whatever that is, identified this as an iPhone 16 design. We only have iPhone 14s, whatever, they're expert. But do you believe that's a cell phone? We only have iPhone 14.
I don't know how anyone could ever analyze that, but I will say it does look like he's on a cell phone.
You know what? I'm going to have to agree. It does. I mean, it could indeed just be him holding his hand like that. But yeah, it looks like he's holding a
Could
cell
it be
phone.
his
Yes.
train ticket?
It could be. It could be him holding. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It could be just his hand right up here and he's holding something, but it absolutely does look like he's talking on a cell phone for sure.
Right,
Looks like he's
There's
talking.
other-
And, oh,
There's two things here, right? First thing is he's holding something up to his head like this, right? So
Looks
that
just like
looks
that,
weird,
Tony.
just like that. But what cell phone tower is his signal bouncing off of to even talk to anybody?
oh, a space satellite, obviously.
Oh,
It's bouncing
yeah,
off this
that
guy's
didn't
head.
exist.
That we know of. Who's not to say that the government had lots of things that we didn't know about before? You know what I'm saying?
That would have to be like 6G or 7G. It's what network is he running on?
7G. I don't
I
know,
just-
you guys. I'm open to the possibility.
Actually,
He might-
someone in chat just brought up a really good. Here we go. So if you look, there's actually like a black outline in his hand all the way
Holding a bag
around.
over his
Oh, you're so smart, Simon.
Could also just have like a little handheld
Could also-
radio when he's listening to the sports or news or something.
Could be a shadow, but
In
I mean, it actually
Iceland in
does look like a
1940s.
shadow because you can see that other
Why
guy's
not?
shoulder. I don't know.
Maybe he
I don't
was
know.
taking off his earmuffs, and he had one off, and the one was already off, and he was taking off the other one.
Okay, but
Maybe.
I do agree with Mr. Beige. We're always 100 years
100
behind.
years behind.
This could be an
Mhm.
assassin. An assassin.
Assassin's Creed.
But for that picture in particular, I think I'm probably gonna know that one.
You gonna know that one?
UFO.
However, I think the idea that there has been photographs or something of weird shit in the past that we shouldn't have is very much a possibility.
Oh, for sure.
There's the Egyptian Nokia phone.
Right? The helicopter
Right.
as well. The helicopter.
Abigail.
The
hieroglyph.
helicopter and the speedster from Star Wars.
Giant bones.
Giant bones.
Not to mention some of the things look like batteries.
Actually, speaking of that, Bree, do
batteries.
you have that beaver one I sent you? Can you please play
Yes.
that? Because I feel like that's a great instance for it. Because this actually
labeled it.
lines up with that.
Beaver dino.
Will you
Instead of
play it with
dino-
that? Play
dino
it without
beaver.
the music and read it for us, please.
Oh shit! It is blurry. Imagine if we only hold on. She has glasses.
Glasses.
Hold up. Oh God. Imagine if we only knew about beavers from fossil remains. We would 100% reconstruct them wrong. Now apply this to dinosaurs. We are almost certainly not making dinosaurs weird enough.
Yeah, and it's like you could see the tail of the beaver because it's the skin. But if we were looking at just the fossil, we would think that a beaver had like a little skinny tail, and we would put maybe like fur around it or something, like if we were reconstructing it. So if you apply that same thing to how, like dinosaurs, a lot of people say dinosaurs had feathers and we didn't realize it.
Right.
It's starting to make more sense that we're only getting part of the picture.
I have a meme for this.
Kari's stunned.
That's a really good point. That's a really good point.
Kari's stunned, and I
like,
love this.
Tendons and muscle tissue.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we should have been open to that because we know that all we have are bones. I mean, shit, you're literally, how much can you really speculate about what it actually looked like? Could you imagine if in the future there's a whole new civilization, like a whole new species, and they find our bones? I wonder what they would reconstruct us as.
Mm-hmm.
I have a good one for this.
Reptilians?
Maybe.
Like, how would they tell? Like, okay, question. So if you have a bunch of bones, and let's say we're all fossils, and someone finds them like 1 billion years in the future, like when they reconstructed us, they would have no idea what our body weight would be like. Would they make us all skinny or fat?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Hey,
like if you were like a
Bree,
taller
share?
person, like, okay, let's just say they found Kari's bones because Kari's really tall, right? And then what if they made Kari like chubby because it's Kari's
Tony's taller
bigger?
than me.
Oh, okay, and even Tony, same thing. They made him, but then they saw minor Bree's bones, and we're like, little 5 feet tall. And what if they reconstructed us as these little things? And it's like, it's literally not what we are at all.
Look at this.
Okay, what is this?
Right.
No,
This is
to the point.
skull, how aliens would reconstruct the animal, and then the animal.
Right.
True. It's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Yep.
Hugh Jackman with his shirt off.
Oh, I love that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the score here?
This one is I don't know if we can up or downs this, but I'm gonna thumbs up it, whatever it is. I like it.
I'm a thumbs up it because
Yeah,
you never
I like it.
It's a good. It's a good.
I
film.
like
It's
that
a good-
Kari was stunned. The Kari was
thought
too
about it, really.
stunned to speak.
Like,
Kari was too
how you could apply beavers in the future to. It's funny that you did dinosaurs because dino beavers. That's quite funny.
That's why I
Mhm.
named it
But
Dino. Beaver Dino.
speaking
All right.
of like ancient places, I went on an adventure.
an adventure.
I went to Glastonbury,
Glastonbury.
Ooh.
and I took this photo on the DSLR.
I wish
high
you could
above-
have seen the UFO
high
up
above the
there.
city.
I was like, those clouds look like UFOs.
They are UFOs. And here's a funny picture of me.
Look at you looking like Eskimo.
Yep,
Look at that.
That's awesome.
that was fun.
Look at that.
Hello, underdog.
412.
All right.
Hello.
I've been waiting to play this one.
Why is it blurry? It's dead blurry on it. It's gonna look fake as fuck.
Right,
I don't know
Kari,
what-
what you go tell us?
Spotlight on some moving clouds.
That's what I think too. I'm just thinking like a spotlight
Yeah.
or something. It's yeah.
Yeah,
All right,
that's
tell
why
me
it's
the red
blurry.
dot.
That's
Red
Mars.
dot is the top of the spire or crane on top of the
Yeah.
building.
Mm-hmm.
It's
See?
interesting that
It's-
these
yeah, you can see it. It's a crane. It's a crane on
people-
top of the building.
Mm-hmm. It's just a spotlight. Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
Much like the Vegas UFO stuff.
And the Minnesota UFOs,
Oh, the
North Dakota, wherever it was.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know, you guys. And it looks like there's lines in it.
Yeah, 'cause
Coke
it's a
lines?
spotlight. It's a spotlight.
Can you
I'm
do
in
them
for a
lines?
plasma. It's a plasma orb, okay?
Sure. It's a no.
Ain't that the goddamn truth, logical robot? People see what they wish to see. The brain is a weird thing. I keep telling people.
This is
They
true.
call it pareidolia.
No, pareidolia is when you think it looks like a face.
They call
Well,
'em
somebody
entire
probably
salad.
thinks it looks like a face.
You have a
Like,
nice
that's it.
face.
Oh, thanks.
You have a nice face.
Life's a journey.
Your face is nice.
Your face is
Yes.
nice.
What is next?
Yeah, what's next, Bree?
This.
To do with a monsoon, severe updrafts. This was sent in by Atiana out of Yermo, California. And they don't have monsoon or heavy rains over there very often. I think they get about 5 inches of rain per year. But on this day, according to Atiana, her niece took this video of some more incredible lightning. And it looks like the atmosphere was also doing something quite remarkable that day. I have never seen anything like that. That video footage was sent in by Atiana. It was taken by her niece, supposed.
Okay, Atiana.
Wow.
This is phenomenino.
Phenomenal.
This to me looks like Stranger Things.
Wow.
That is.
Can I just say everyone, it's not showing up on here, so I can't show it, but Commander Keem gifted everybody in the chat 20
Oh,
memberships.
no way. No way.
No.
Thanks, buddy.
He's just handing them out.
Awesome.
Thank
That's
you,
awesome.
Gifted 'em what?
Memberships, like our memberships
Oh,
for
shit.
YouTube, our 99 cents
Right on.
memberships.
Welcome all to the new
Thank
members.
you.
There are some
Hey.
members only shows on the channel, so go check those out.
Yeah, go check them out.
So this is supposedly from like the last week. Is that what
No.
they're saying? Like
No. This was in the beginning of December.
But this is like an old video because there's
I've
a lot
been
of
holding on
Cthulhu
to it.
memes.
Oh,
are like-
and they use this?
Yeah.
Thank you, audience member.
Yeah, we love you guys.
Yeah, there's like literally I think the meme is like a year or two old and it's like Cthulhu has risen and it shows this video. I've seen it before. I've seen it a long time ago. It's not new.
Hey, new
So
or
somebody could have submitted it to the news station and been like, I took this, and because the weather's so crazy, they're just like, oh wow, this is so cool.
not? Oh, wow.
But there's a lady in I don't know where it is, but she takes pictures off of Red Dead Redemption 2 and sends them into the news station and they post
I've seen
them
that.
like they're real pictures, but they're from the game.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
They're just
It's happened
ultimately
before.
trolled and they don't realize?
Yeah.
I've
Oh, yeah.
seen it where major news networks have used footage from games like Arma 3 as real combat footage.
Mm-hmm.
It's silly.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
So
have
I'm gonna
mercy.
you have to know that.
Online pilots are recently
Yeah.
Sorry, I just automatically skipped it.
seeing weird moving lights over the Atlantic. Look towards the left of the horizon.
I don't know if anyone's going to be able to see it because it's so dark on here.
I can see it.
Shortly, we will show you the same spot but zoomed further in.
I love that voice.
Look how many there are.
Oh.
I'm muting it now. I'm curious to know if I was up in the air, how many things I would actually see.
See, yeah. Whenever I fly, I'm like constantly, especially at night, like trying to look out the window, being like, what weird shit can I see? Show me something, show me
Yeah,
something.
what
And I
was
never
that?
see anything.
That one was cool.
Could be a meteor shower. but they're all kind of
darting
different-
around and
different directions. And at that height, to be on the horizon, it's pretty far.
30,000 feet. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
That was the best meltdown of 2023. Was that moment mostly space? You
It's
guys need to watch
hostile,
it.
mostly space. Why would you
Go,
do this?
Hostile,
go
Kurt.
watch the Golden Probes. We got the whole video on there of the meltdown.
So
I think this
this
one's
could
pretty
be either. I'd like the obvious
sorry.
explanation is that they are SpaceX satellites just crisscrossing across the horizon.
I mean, this video is sped up for one.
Yeah.
But
Also, it could just be North Korea testing its new ICBMs over Japan. I hear that
This was-
happens a lot.
I would
do
be
we have
terrified as
any
a
other-
pilot.
It's not tracer fire. It's way too high up.
Okay. But still, I don't know. It's interesting. Can I get a vote?
I'm gonna have to middle bitch this one. I don't really know what it
Yeah.
is. I feel like it. Who's not to say it's another airplane? Who's not to say it's just
All
like
of those?
it's
just
just balloons. Yeah, I'm not sold
I think
on
it's
it.
satellites.
Cross those two out.
Satellites, yeah. Low Earth orbit satellites are a possibility.
Yeah, they
Need
could just
more
be the
info.
SpaceX internet satellites.
It could be ball lightning.
I
Yeah.
wish there was
Missile
a way to
defense.
drop
be
videos
sprites.
in the chat because it looks
No,
better when you
sprites
look at
are
it and it plays
they're
on
red.
here.
They're red and
Stringy
long.
too.
Yeah.
Why do I keep hearing about sprites today? I'm being haunted.
You're being
Sprites are
haunted
really
by
interesting.
sprites. That's because they're changing the name of Sierra Mist to like what is it?
Yeah,
Starry
yeah.
or some stupid ass shit.
Yeah, Starry or something. Yeah, they're changing it completely. It's crazy.
Yeah. And they're changing the like formula and flavor to make it
Also,
taste
Dr.
more like
Pepper. Dr. Pepper just came out with a new flavor. It's like strawberries and cream for Valentine's Day, and they
Did
have it
you-
in
They
like
know.
zero flavor, diet, and regular. Just so
Did you
everyone
see the
knows.
people who I think they were in Times Square promoting Dr. Pepper and they were wearing Dr. Pepper shirts,
No
but it said "I heart DP."
double penetration.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
Also, actually, low key, this is another piece of information I need to tell you guys. Bree might like this. Who likes Doritos? You guys a fan of Doritos?
Yeah, I love Doritos.
Doritos came out with a
No.
new flavor. It is only at Sam's Club right now, and it is Doritos barbecue.
Really?
Yes,
No.
and I want to
I'm
try
gonna
them
say no
so
to that.
bad.
I don't like flavored chips. I only like potato chips.
They
I
sound
want to try
smoky.
them.
I don't
it's
know
like a
why, but I
smoky
don't like flavored chips.
barbecue.
It's like normal, just normal.
Yeah,
potato
you like Lay's or Ruffles. I'm with you on those because you like a dip with your chip. You don't just eat chips.
prefer like a kettle. Yeah, I don't just eat chips.
Yeah, yeah.
Salt and vinegar chips are pretty good. I like.
Actually,
dill
I could get
pickle.
with that.
Mm.
Ew, nothing pickled.
Yeah.
Okay, these look like chicken feet.
So this
As
is an
long
example
exposure,
of lightning sprites.
Mm.
Ah, gotcha. It looks like beautiful fireworks to me. Actually, I have a question. I don't know if anyone could answer this because this reminds me.
Flares.
I saw on TikTok somebody was shooting fireworks, and then another person was sitting on their balcony with a laser pointer. And when the laser pointer met the fireworks would blow up. Is that real? Or is it like they just happened to be at the same place at the right time? But it literally looked like when they would get it in, when it would hit the thing, the laser beam would blow it up, and it was crazy. Is that
Well, I mean,
real?
if you're out there long enough, you know at what height they're going to blow up, and the smoke is
Yeah.
already there. So the
I mean, I
lasers
guess I
will
wish I
go-
would have saved the video. Maybe I liked it. Let me look real quick. But like, it was very much like it started like he did some low, did some high. Like it was like all over the place. It was very convincing. And
Oh, there she goes. Oh, okay. Look at that hellfire.
Hellfire.
So we can rule out lightning, Keen, as a cause of the asteroid-looking things in the plane.
Because they would have to be. Yeah, okay.
4
Well,
times
obviously,
higher
they're
than
with
any
this-
other lightning bolt ever.
They're with like clouds. They're not like out of.
Mhm.
Well, you would see lightning in the clouds below too.
Yeah, you'd see,
especially over 10 minutes. And also, sprites only last for like a few seconds.
I want
and they're red.
snacks
So like
now.
it's definitely not
Everyone's
that.
talking about snacks. Now I want snacks.
I want snacks.
Okay, but
Brie,
that picture is scary.
I sent it to your TikTok, Brie.
Oh.
So you'd see the accompanying
Yep.
kind of
my TT?
Lightning underneath it.
Yeah, the positively charged lightning underneath.
Ooh, I have someone I need to respond to. Not bad.
So that's your science lesson.
I don't see it, bruh.
I just sent it to your TikTok.
What account? Make sure. Oh.
Your name?
I ain't got nothing from you. I don't have anything. Oh, wait. See what happens. See if it comes through. In the meantime.
What you got? Anything else?
Oh my gosh. Do I? Do I? Do I do? There it is.
It's moving, man. It's like fucking. It's rotating.
Rotating. I like how he said that.
Kari, those are stadium lights.
Bro, what if.
Yeah.
Look at that. The hell?
It's a steam ring.
But they work there. And they're saying, nah.
Do you know where this was? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
In America.
Well,
Yes.
that narrows it down.
That's right, Ginger. Yep, those are stadium lights. Yep, told you. I love
Actually,
that.
it does seem pretty convincing now. It really does.
That they're stadium lights?
Shit.
Yeah, the more I see, they're cropping up now. So.
Okay.
Oh,
I
no.
downloaded that.
Not a tornado formation.
All right, you want to play it, see what I'm talking about? And maybe Kari can enlighten us. I don't know why, but I feel like you would know about lasers.
Okay.
Why not?
Let me see
I
it
miss
first.
my lasers. I miss having a really
How's it going in the
sick
chat?
laser.
How's everybody doing?
Why doesn't it?
They seem to
wanna
be doing
go?
good.
There we go.
We're doing this on the fly right now.
Yeah.
Off the cuff.
Off the cuff, sorry. Technical difficulties.
Don't do that, man. Come on, I hate that.
By laser and fireworks.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Or is it just timing?
Yeah,
It's-
that second one
yeah.
wasn't on it.
I was going to say, I was like, oh.
Yeah, I missed it, that one.
Yeah, I think no.
Yeah, no.
But it does look cool.
Doesn't it look like it? I
Yeah,
was like,
it does look
damn.
It must make you feel cool to do that.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Yeah, every
Like,
now and
look what
again,
I'm
somebody
doing.
gets like drunk enough or high enough, and they just sit there and they're like, "Dude, check this out. Got it."
I know, but here's the thing, Brie. Do you remember your laser that your husband burnt himself with and he tried to light candles with? And that's my reasoning behind, well, I mean, them things can be pretty strong and they literally can light a flame on a candle. So who's not to say that they didn't blow up that firework when it hit it?
Yeah, but are they
Yeah.
lighting a candle
Fuck.
from a mile and a half away?
I have no idea. I don't know how you don't understand how powerful that laser was. It came from China and it was illegal.
Wow.
It's like a
you just put
5
that
mile
out on the
laser.
internet.
Mhm.
Well, unless it is.
Okay, I
a
don't have it
Jewish
anymore. I
space
broke it.
laser.
Actually, my dad broke it.
And we were allowed into the airport with it.
Do you want to unpack that
Okay.
story? How'd your dad
No,
break
I
a
think
laser?
we've told it. Oh,
Oh.
he never told me. So for the longest time, he was like, "How did that happen? I have no idea." And then it was like, literally like 5 months later, he was like, "Oh, I broke it," and I was like, "What?
Why'd you lie?
You watched
Has
me
Has
take
anybody
it
else in the
apart?"
chat ever broken something and been like, Oh my! What happened?
No.
Well, how
He
did
watched
that
me
break?
take it apart several times. I charged every single lithium battery that I had, and I have a lot, and kept like I would wait for it to charge, put it in, see if it works. Because I thought maybe it was just my batteries were dying, and the thing comes apart in like a million different pieces because the laser was like this big. It was over like a foot long. Nothing, and then literally at least 5 months later was like, oh yeah, I broke that.
Nice.
Thanks.
But he bought it for me, so
the best thing to do
it's
is
like
to break
reverse
something and then put it back together just enough so the next person who touch it breaks it, and they think they did it.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the fuck, man? I just bought that. Yeah.
That is absolutely hands down exactly what happened. So rude. So
the rudest.
rude. Yeah. No, God, don't it.
Kivishnechten, my lover. An ex broke one tip off my needle nose pliers and denied knowing what they even were. Wow.
I'm gonna start this over.
It's not a star.
It's getting brighter and brighter and brighter. It's a star.
Not a star.
That's why I labeled it. It's not a star.
Guaranteed. When you look
What's
at
little
my
tail
face,
coming off of it?
It's not a star.
It's a balloon.
Oh, it's going up further, further, further.
Oh,
it's splitting.
Baby girl.
Oh, baby. Baby gave birth.
5.
I see that.
Oh my God. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them.
Lord have mercy.
What the hell's going on there?
It's a UFO.
Okay, this is the only cool video I feel like I've seen today.
I told you it wasn't a star.
Oh, the last one went beep beep. Bye
My
bye.
heart is racing 1,000 miles a second here.
They're all doing it, I think. Maybe one by one.
There's so much shit I'm seeing in the skies right now. It's making me very nervous.
Me too, Grammy.
Bless your heart.
Yeah, that was pretty odd there. That was.
Figures.
I got it
Oh,
all,
and it
too.
blinks out. Oh
no, it came back.
It's not a star.
One more time without the commentary from Roberta. No wonder we're like, what is it doing? And it's literally splitting itself. This is a real phenomenon.
This is very interesting.
Yeah, at first I'm thinking like, okay, maybe it's a balloon that's deployed and it gets to a certain altitude and it unreleases itself because that's the formation it's starting to be in. It's like, okay, they're all connected on a string, but then it starts to get wonky right about here where it's like, okay, wait, what is it doing then? Flares sounds like a good possibility, the way they're kind of blinking out, but then the other ones are going up and then some of them are going down. So then why would they be doing that?
I have to pause it here.
It's
and
not
say,
flares.
One, flares don't come from one single object. They're dropped out of an airplane. Okay. So it's not one random orb in the sky that shits out flares. That doesn't exist. Chinese lanterns are also each individual objects that go up, not one solid orb-like object that happens to split into many and then blink out one by one. This doesn't really make any sense. It's birthing orbs.
It's a good one.
You see the little
This is a
orb
good
that's
one.
kind of circling it?
Right there.
That's what I think it's drawing. It feels like it's siphoning energy off to.
Yeah, it almost
split
like
itself.
at first when I saw it, I thought it was like a string of a balloon almost. Champ is saying that a balloon can dispense flares.
Oh, I know what that is.
Ooh, what is it, Kari?
That's
The
a weather
can?
balloon splitting.
That's what I'm thinking. Like it's splitting up in some way.
Yeah, so I think that's a weather balloon. So
Etsy.
So here you can you see the as it's being pulled by the wind, as it gets really high up, it's getting warped and then it breaks and splits.
Wait.
That's what I was.
Yeah, a balloon could be dispersing something after it, like once it knows that the balloon is popped about 120,000 feet.
See, and that's what I meant earlier about how maybe it gets to a certain altitude and then something happens to whatever it was, and that's why it split off the way that it did.
Well, once it gets to a certain height,
Then why does it blink out or
breaks
come
it,
back in?
so-
It's the light reflecting off of it. It moves so that
Yeah.
the light's not shining in their direction. Just like when
because there's like there's like
floating
moments where she's moving and it looks like it disappears, but when she catches the light again, it comes back.
yeah, it's just like when somebody's sitting in the car with you and you're driving and their watch catches the light and is right in your eye and you're like, move your damn hand.
What?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say UFO no on this one. I do
Yeah.
enjoy this video, but UFO no.
Yeah, I'm
more
gonna have to
info.
agree.
I'm gonna say need more info, but I'm leaning towards it being not anything interesting. Just a weather balloon, probably. I did think it could be skydivers.
I had no idea that one balloon dispenses flares.
Yeah,
Makes
could
sense.
do.
I feel like I don't know. That's interesting.
It can be a way to like mark the trajectory of the fall.
Thank you, Joe.
Like, it drops one every
Try
now and then.
again next time, buddy.
Mhm.
See, the thing about these videos is I was like so excited for a second here. And now that excitement is gone. And
Oh, well, much like life, Bree, you should keep your expectations low for these videos.
We
So
have
you stop
managed
getting
to
disappointed. Yeah,
We've managed to kill Bree's happiness.
we've killed her spirit for the day.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say more info. I'm with Kari on that one. I need more information, but I do take the chat's word for it. You guys are most likely smarter than I, so I'll take your word for it. But I don't know. God damn, it's fucking
Right?
weird.
It was
Okay, this is not real. Oh God.
Why is it
Maybe.
not real?
I don't know. I'm just waiting for someone to come in with the knife and pop the balloon. Okay, well, it turned. I don't know.
Yeah. I think that's skydivers.
Yeah, skydivers, night skydivers.
Yeah. So they're coming in with parachute, and they got the sparks. They're probably
Yeah.
testing out some equipment for some
For
show
sure.
or something.
Mm-hmm.
With as
Yeah.
fast as it ended, yeah, that could be.
Yeah.
And also, a lot of people have yelled at us before in our chat about not knowing about night skydivers, and now we do.
Right.
So there you go.
Yeah, now we do.
We didn't know before, now we do. Everyone
Hey,
got so
it's
mad
a
on that
learning
Mick West
experience.
episode, and so many comments of,
Yeah,
wow, these people are
get
so
real mad.
dumb. They don't know what night skydivers are. And I'm like, no, I've literally never seen night skydivers. Just like I've never seen an octopus like swimming in the ocean. Like, it's
Yeah.
real. Doesn't mean I've seen it.
Dumbasses.
Yeah.
This is a new phenomena. Not really new, but
They were promoting barbecue Doritos.
Right.
this is going to be one of our topics coming up. I decided.
Footage captured by a drone in Tennessee shows a bunch of huge trees shaking.
Videos.
Where we've seen this video, so
Mhm.
it's hard for you guys. I should have zoomed in. Hold
We
on,
should
I
have.
could probably redo it because
We've seen a video like this of the tree shaking, just the
Hold
one
on.
tree by itself. And what's really interesting about that, why Brie does that, I'll tell a story that's very interesting to this. So when we were Bigfoot hunting, there was a singular tree that shook and moved like that and made an incredibly crazy sound. And it was nuts. And we were trying to figure out what it is. Brie even like walked over to the tree like right after it happened, trying to investigate it. And so I think that all these videos now have piqued our interest because we've actually kind of sort of experienced it in person now.
it just doesn't. There's a lot
But
of
the
stuff
tree
going on.
gets
with
up and
dead
like
trees.
walks, and then like
I've seen one of them. Yeah, I've seen a video that does that. So at the time, we were maybe thought a possibility was like a Bigfoot was like, maybe was shaking a tree or like, fucking shouldered it or something.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
But it was interesting because we remember it was just that
Wild.
one singular tree moved and it was like, whoa.
Could it be some kind of landslide?
So that was one thing we thought, like, was it maybe a tree like a branch falling off? And then we heard like a crack and then that's why it shaked. But then we were like, we would have heard more things. Like we would have heard it hit more branches on the way down.
Yeah, like
same thing with a landslide.
Though would affect more than one tree.
More than one tree. Yeah, exactly.
I can't. So we just have to watch it like that. Boo.
Okay.
There's a lot of videos. I think we should actually do an entire show. There's like a shit ton of videos about this stuff.
That's what she
Footage captured by a drone in Tennessee shows a bunch of huge trees.
Hush. So if you guys can get closer, please do.
Put your face up to your screen.
Or stop. Or I have a good idea. I got ideas.
Are you sure?
Hold
Because
on.
you don't sound like you have bowels.
I got ideas. Hold on.
I got
Share
some
my screen.
ideas.
I share my screen.
I know we just did a video on the Cajun people, but you don't have to keep talking.
Yeah, Jesus. At this point, it's offensive.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume that if it made the news, it had to go through maybe a little bit of background.
Did it really make the news?
You guys could hang out here.
I don't know. The news is fake. We are the news.
I can totally.
It could just be a fake reporter voice.
Could be. There's a lot of fake reporters. I mean, but what really is a reporter other than a person who just gives us news, realistically?
Work! It doesn't
You should
work.
definitely share your screen before you get this.
I'm sorry, you guys. I'm doing my best that I can.
Just play the poor video. I think it's fine.
Yeah. Or just look at us. Hey, everyone.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey.
Type 1 in the chat if you are entertained. Type
It's
2.
just-
Type 2 if bananas.
I should have realized this because I actually had
froze.
to screen record it. I did.
3. Good.
I had to screen
Hey,
record
Truth
it.
Seekers.
Captured by a drone in Tennessee.
Shush.
Steven.
You should start selling panties with our logos. I love that.
Stable.
Oh no, why is there numbers?
2 for
Where?
because I said 1 if you're entertained, 2 for bananas.
Oh,
Wow.
gotcha.
Bananas.
I froze. I don't know.
I really wanted to pinch zoom on this because it is like literally one tree wreaking havoc.
Well, what's
It's
going
one
on
tree.
here?
A
It's
Is
little
that a big-
Bigfoot man. Yeah, a little Bigfoot man.
We didn't see the whole video?
I
You
screen
were
recorded it.
censoring on us?
Are you
Yes.
censoring the screen?
Bree's censoring
Don't you guys
us.
Wow.
You guys, I have to walk the line.
Wow.
Bree, who's paying you?
Yeah, who is it? Who is they?
What corporation is currently paying you to
Yeah.
come up with
That
this
I won't-
slander?
Is it
That I
Lockheed?
won't disclose.
Is it Disney? Who is it?
No.
It's
I
okay.
think maybe it's Bass.
No, but you know what? It
Oh.
might
Letter
have
agency.
it might have ties to Disney. It might go up the line like that. You don't know. You
How
don't
does
know.
it go?
Wait,
You don't
it
know
could be
who's at the
Gaia.
top of the list.
It could-
That's
it
what I'm
could be
saying.
Gaia.
It could. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Maybe it's
Yeah.
Netflix.
You know
Oh,
what?
ooh,
If
it
Gaia
could be.
offered me a job, I'd really have to think about it.
If Gaia offered me a job and I
probably would
accepted
take
it, 3 days
If
into
Gaia
it, I would
offered me
start my shotgun.
money, yeah, I'd probably take it because why not? Let's see what
Gaia
trouble I
doesn't
can
have
get
any
into there.
Yeah, they don't
You know what
have
I'm
any
saying?
money. Corey
They don't
Good
have
is
any money.
clearly
That's
suing
true.
Gaia because they misrepresented all of his lies as facts.
Could you imagine a show on Gaia where we just curse and yell at people? Like
They wouldn't let us.
that's what I'm saying. Exactly. Could you imagine? We're just
Not
like
very
the
fucking
system.
new age, is it?
It's no, this is new fucking age. It's new fucking age, is what it is.
Yeah, from what I hear, when you get in bed with Gaia, you never really get out.
I think they call that herpes.
You stuck.
I thought they called that the CIA. but,
You stick with Gaia,
Regardless
Or
of
at
your
least what-
consent or
what-
not.
Gaia wants
Just
you to
ask
do.
Nick Pope.
Hey.
We can't hate on people right now. I'm sorry.
I like this music. Oh,
I do too, but I don't want the copyright.
We're not even copyright.
This one I really don't know. I need everyone's attention.
Okay.
Impossible to be drones. That is quite a statement.
Did they do anything else?
I was like, it looks like drones.
Yeah.
It looks like drones. How is it impossible to be drones? Because literally what drones would do, they do little light shows like that and little formations.
What city is this?
Yeah.
Kari, I don't know.
Somewhere flat.
So this is the question: if a drone can
Word
do
mostly
something,
space. You know what's up.
The guy would never give us money, so don't worry. This is all very fictional.
Zeta Kush, that's interesting. If a drone can do something that we've seen, we're like, okay, a drone can do that. Does that mean we just automatically assume that it's a drone?
I think that we kind of have to, because the reality is that statistically speaking, there's going to be more drones than UFOs that we're like have knowledge of, right? So then we have to lean towards, if we're going to go like with a majority of sightings, then yes, we would have to consider drones because that would be the statistically correct answer.
I mean, drones are basically infinitely configurable in
Mhm.
terms of
Yeah,
light output or whatever.
Because what they could do at night is you could have several drones lined up that are programmed to flash to make it look like a moving light, and depending on the angle, it looks like a solid structure moving. So I hate to be the person to fucking say that, but I mean, I saw Mario as drones flying over Nintendo Japan's headquarters, and
That's
he was
awesome.
shooting fireballs or whatever. Like, there's a lot they
That's
can do with
awesome.
drones now.
Is this a lack of belief or just giving things grief? I don't understand what you mean.
I think she's asking, like, are we just like poo-pooing everything and just it's just because we don't
No, we're
believe?
applying critical thinking.
Yeah, we're believers. We've all had our own experiences separately. What we have is personal disclosure, which is something that we like really push for here on this channel. It's not about like a mass disclosure, it's about a personal disclosure. You either believe it or you don't. But what we're doing is going through all of these videos because there are a lot of people want evidence of UFOs, right? And who's really looking at all this evidence and deciding whether or not it's like actually good evidence to put forward. So we as a group, along with like you guys in the chat and whoever we have on the channel, are just having open conversations about these videos that I feel like no one else is really sitting down and having a show that's dedicated to having a conversation about all these kind of things.
Also, when you get to weed out the ones that are fake, it's
you start to see
special
them
when you
easily.
see the ones that are real.
Mm-hmm.
It's an education on how to spot
it
fake.
definitely is. And there's plenty of times we do see things that we are like, that is straight unidentified. So it's really just adding more knowledge to why, breaking down why things can be fake, because we don't want to just be gullible and just believe anything that people put in front of us.
Right.
We want to get to the truth. Part of getting to the truth is weeding out the bullshit.
So one of the things I like to bring up is I sent Mick West my UFO video that I took.
Right.
And told him where it was and everything else like that so he could do his little investigation. And he sent me FAA flight data.
Oh.
The problem is the time from the plane that he had on there, the only plane that was up in the air, because it was during the lockdowns, there was like nobody was doing anything, right? The plane was 5 miles southwest going the wrong direction, and you literally could not see it from where I was. And I brought it up during my interview with him, and he was like, I still think it was a plane, just not on any of the data.
Yeah, it could have been like a crop duster or something low.
No, I lived in the city, and it was very high, and I'm surrounded by military bases. I think there's 6 or 7 military bases out there. You just can't fly out there. So
well,
it was
it's likely something. If something's flying in that airspace, it's probably Mill. So
yeah, everybody knows it's there.
Stinky.
Says the cat
So
cam,
it, like,
indeed.
that's one of those things where, like, I see a lot of videos and I see a lot of things, and I see a lot of explanations where they're just like, well, there's a plane over here going this fast at this altitude, but you look at the video and that's not what's going on. So do we just accept that explanation, or do we just go, well, you know, there's more going on? I do believe there's more going on in the world. I just think a lot of stuff that we've seen tonight hasn't been.
And mostly space brings up a really good point here. I think
He
that
does.
even we get a lot of hate on Twitter. A lot of people say that we're like non-believers or whatever. It's like the exact opposite. We are 100% believers in this phenomenon. It's just that we're allowed to be skeptical of things. You don't have to believe everything that's out there. There are fakes inside of this community and things that are not real and haven't happened, and it's okay to question those type of things. There's nothing wrong with that. I think that as long as you're doing it in a healthy way, that it's totally fine to do, and that's kind of what we're bringing to the table here.
Look for
Yeah, we're
the truth
definitely
in the
not-
phenomenon, not with the people.
Yes.
We're definitely not one of those people that are like, I have no faith anymore because everything's been dispelled. No. I mean, we have seen UFOs with our own eyes. We've had our own contact experiences. That'll always be our foundation, especially in Tatiwaba. I mean, it's called that one time I was abducted by aliens. That is our foundation. We're all believers. We've all seen things. We've all experienced things. Now it's time to get to what's hitting the masses and what is true and what's false. Because it doesn't really make sense for us to support something or share something if it's obviously just made for people to believe it. That's it, just for people to believe in something. We want to get to the truth. We want to know what is real and what's not. I feel like that's with every
that's the
subject
ethos
you want to
behind it.
know.
Yeah.
Well, it's about
and-
integrity to truth, right? Like actually looking for the truth in the available data instead of proclaiming.
And my biggest thing when it comes to ufology and especially UFO videos or anything like that, it's not so much that I've been turned off by the evidence. It's I have been turned off by the people, the vast majority of people. If you dare to question a simple thing, they will. Well, what the hell? What the fuck, man? I thought you were on our side. Give me a break.
Why are there sides?
Yeah,
I'm
why?
I'm on the side of the truth. I don't know what side are you on, bud.
Yeah. As an experiencer, somebody who has experienced something that other people cannot explain, people who are debunkers cannot explain, and I sit here at this point and I laugh at some of this evidence because, like, is this the standard that we're putting forward as the standard? Like that UFO report came out today, and what was it besides a lot of the unexplained stuff it was unexplained because it didn't have the data to back it up. Because it was stories. It was sightings.
Right. This is what I said earlier.
If you want to be scientific, you can't just go off people's words.
Right.
I'm sorry. That's just how it works.
I was saying earlier that it's a good indication that the mechanism for reporting cases is working.
It is,
even if the cases are crap. But
yeah,
It's a hard place to be in, but you know, I think thanks to many things, I think everyone says, you know, the truth is out there. So I think that's what we're trying to uncover.
But you know what,
I think we do fine.
You can't handle the truth. That's the problem. Nobody can handle the truth. And that's what we've learned in this community over and over and over again, is that when you get the truth, it's not the truth that you want to hear, and then you can't handle it and you freak out. That's the overwhelming theme in this goddamn community, is they want the truth, but they can't fucking handle it.
You know, I think the truth actually, you could tell people tomorrow. NASA could come out and say, we have found evidence of life on another planet based on the James Webb Space Telescope's view of gravitational distortions from 20 light years away. That's all they have to say. Some random light year number away. And people will go, oh, well, thank God they're not coming over here. And that's it. That they don't care. The public does not care about aliens. They just don't. Unless aliens are showing up and raiding their bank accounts or making their eggs cost $9 a dozen, they don't care. It doesn't matter to them. The general public does not care. The general
had that
public
conversation
is,
before too.
yeah, they only care about, can I pay for my rent or my mortgage? Can I pay my car bill? Can I do my dumb shit that I do every day? Science has taken such a back seat to reality that it's sad. And if you question science, you're a psychopath, I guess. I don't know.
How dare you have questions of critical thought? How
Yeah.
dare you?
Yeah, because
you are a charlatan and
science
you
is
will be
completely
targeted.
based off of having discussions and having debates. I
You
don't
represent
know
free
when
thought.
I don't know when debates became the wrong thing to do, but it's just it pisses me off.
It became the wrong thing to do when it became about people and not data.
Oh, so that, yeah. So about 30, I don't know, when did Bill Gates become a billionaire?
35, 4 years ago.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Well, I do understand where people are coming from. Actually, it looks like Enzo does as well. Because to a lot of people, it's like, that's cool, aliens are here, but what does that do for me? At the end of the day, what is it doing for people? So I understand. On the other hand, I've had this conversation a lot. With members of my family, that I think it's the most important subject in the entire world. There's nothing bigger.
Oh, it is.
Only because it leads into things of like, are we alone in the universe? Or, like, what does that mean for our story? If they can get here, then we can get there. Would we be an interdimensional type of society? If so, everything on Earth could change. Maybe we don't have to live a 9-to-5 life. Maybe we don't have to pay our bills to things like energy if it's free, if we know how to work that out, even though, some governments want to keep that on the low. That's why there's so many other things that entwine with the UFO subject, is why I think it's the most important. But I do understand why there are other people that are just thinking in the scope of, well, my everyday life is not going to change if aliens are proven to be real. So there's no effort into it. And that just separates people's and their interests, So respect either way.
You brought up a lot of things that I have a lot of strong feelings on. One, who are we paying what to, and why are we valuing it the way that we are, and giving our time to justify that payment? I think money is the stupidest thing in the world. Right now, money has absolutely zero value, especially the US dollar. US dollar is not based off of gold. It's fiat currency. It's not a real thing. It's a promissory note. I promise this $100 bill is worth $100.
Actually, low key, I really want to do our new show, Brie, where we get into like money and how it's made and stuff, because I sent you a video about this, and this might be a good segue, but about the glitter conspiracy and so there's a huge shortage of glitter.
Should we share that video?
Oh, I froze.
You did.
Glittergate.
Came back. Anyways, they went and investigated to try to figure out where all this glitter went to. So they started calling the biggest glitter manufacturers in the world, and they were like, "Hey, who's buying all the glitter?" And the lady said, "I'm not allowed to tell you, but you wouldn't believe it if I told you who they were. They don't want you to know that it's made of glitter."
It's FEMA.
No, a lot of people speculate that it might be money. That money might be one of the reasons that it's the Federal Reserve buying all the glitter, and that's interesting.
Well,
another one tried to say it was boat paint.
Plastic to make the plastic notes.
It's possible, right. and another people tried to say it was like boat paint,
Yeah.
And then I was like dying laughing. It was like, it can't be boat paint because boat paint openly has glitter inside of it. Like, why would that matter? And so I think that'd be a fun rabbit hole to go down to try to see if maybe we can come to a different conclusion or the same conclusion about where all this goddamn glitter is going to.
I'm gonna play this video really quick. Actually,
Yeah, play it.
About
That's exactly,
we get to that.
Down with the Federal Reserve.
Although, can I just say now, that does sound like something you would say, Jamie, just to troll people. If you worked for the Department of Glitter, I can see you saying something like that. Like, you wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. How many of you guys are familiar with the glitter conspiracy? Hit the thumbs up button, let me know. Because this is a viral story that's been going all around TikTok and other places, saying that someone's buying up all the glitter, and it's sort of a mystery as to who it is. It's a big secret on who's buying it all. So why is it a big secret? Who could it possibly be? What's my prediction? This is my prediction. I'm going to show you this because this is where I think it's all going. Think about it. Remember when we used to see these images? Okay, this is from CBS News. They're talking about spraying these particles high in the atmosphere to completely reflect the solar radiation.
Yeah, I don't know where this is.
And you can find these models all over. They've talked about trying to do this, wanting to do this. And if you were to do this, you're going to need a lot of glitter. I mean, think about how big the world is. You're not going to need a couple buckets. You're going to need millions and millions and millions of buckets. And why the big secret? Why the conspiracy? Maybe because of this. And they're trying to keep it a secret because they don't want people to know. And maybe that's what it is. That's my prediction.
Hold on, I'm stopping. It's about to end. I don't understand what he's saying. Is he saying that?
So he's talking about cloud seeding.
Yeah, cloud seeding, basically.
No,
that they are seeding the clouds with glitter?
Upper atmosphere reflectivity to stop UV rays from heating the oceans and the atmosphere.
To end global warming.
To try and avert the rising temperatures, yeah.
Strippers everywhere are super sad that so
they are actually low-key.
I am gonna head out here because I have
bye, love you.
Be a call, but what I want to say real quick.
Hey, bye.
Oh, you're so rude. Say it, Tony.
I am going to go to London and kick you in your fucking head.
Do it.
Not now. Just give me a couple years.
When you least expect it.
I'm quick.
You don't
I'll
have
just dodge
to.
Yeah, you could do it at
We're all
contact.
gonna meet each other.
Oh,
You can do it at contact.
right.
Imagine
I'm just gonna have to run. I'll run through the desert.
before there's even a hug
Full
or a
contact
handshake.
in the
There's just
desert.
a boom,
Bam. Swift kick.
This for taking me offline every time.
Oh God. Oh man.
Yep,
Y'all
everybody-
get kicked out. That's on your own. You're on your own, kid.
You fuckers just distracted me from everything I was about to say. But love you all. See you later.
Okay, love you.
Love you,
Okay,
Tony.
bye.
All right,
Okay.
bye.
Bye.
He might remember and then come back and be like, "That's what it was."
That's what I was
No.
gonna say. That's
Shut up,
right.
Bree.
Bree, shut up. You're so mean.
Fuck up, Bree. Just shut the fuck up.
Yeah, just shut
I
up.
love when Tony does that often. He'll be like, "Shut the fuck up, Bree."
Just shut up. Yeah, he does it. Yeah.
Have we got anything else to share?
No, I think
Good
that this is a great.
but I think it's a good moment to wrap
It's
up
a good
the show.
to wrap up. Do we have anything that we have going on? Yeah. On Sunday, everybody. Sunday morning readings with me and Chad. We hope that you guys are there. We're doing free readings. I will be yelling at you with the Get Fucking Motivated Oracle deck. Chad will have some sissy shit that's like nice and airy, the opposite of me. And when's Toddy WabaCon at Contact of the Desert?
That isn't.
But
No, I mean, I think one day we should have our own conference.
we will.
imagine
Don't you worry.
That would be absolutely wild.
It'd be wild, yeah.
That would be pretty wild.
Mhm.
I don't have a book recommendation.
Okay. Wait, if there are no rules, why are there mods? Just for shits and giggles.
Intimate Alien: The Hidden Story of the UFO.
Wait, say it again. Ultimate Alien.
No, intimate.
Intimate.
Oh,
Intimate
ooh.
Alien.
Okay.
Intimate Alien.
Interesting.
I can't read it, but yeah, it's
I'm not into that quite yet.
Yeah, not
Figure it
really.
out.
alien mythology kind of thing.
So it's a good
Look,
book
making a
recommendation.
mess now.
Listen, here's the deal. We take donations, and if you guys want to give us like $100,000 to throw a conference together, we'll do it.
Yeah, we'll do it.
We'll do it.
It costs more than $100,000.
Only if
it would be
Stephen
like
Cambion is
I was like, here's the
host
thing.
of it.
I was like, we would be the keynote speakers, so we wouldn't be having to pay ourselves.
pay
It's not like
ourselves.
we'd be like it's not like we'd be like the homies would be showing up. It wouldn't be like a
You know what I mean? Depends on where
We wouldn't
you're
be
at.
trying to convince Nick Pope for $100,000 to come speak for us. You know what
No,
I'm
it
saying?
just depends on where it's at. That's where all the money's at, baby.
Vegas.
Anyway,
obviously. At the
would like to-
Luxor,
Where can we find you,
obviously,
Brie?
because it's haunted, and then we could do a nighttime, like a haunted expedition of the Luxor.
Hi, Scottish lad. You're joining right
You're
as we're
here
about
at
to
the
head
end,
out.
laddie.
I just wanted to say-
Where can we find you?
Hold on. I just want to say thank you, everyone who joined us today. We've been gone for a while, but we're definitely back, and we appreciate all of you and all of your comments. There's really great points in almost all of them. You guys are really excellent people. Anyway, love you all. You can find me at Matt's Brie on Twitter.
You got it right. You can find me at Fires of Truth or spookyspeaks.substack.com, or you can find me in the ether if you're polite enough. Where can we find you, Jamie?
You cannot find me anywhere on the internet because I don't like people. But I do know where Bigelow. But I do know where Bigelow is because Corey finally pointed out where he lives because his NDA expired. So I do know where Bigelow is.
Ooh, spicy. Spicy.
Anyway, thank you guys again.
Well, we will see you next week for, I think, another installment of Super Serious Science Show.
Absolutely.
Okay, bye.
Bye.